What a great run he has had. Beat Danny Weisman, Steve Wilson, Parker Bone, third to get on television. Now he has to beat another Hall of Famer. That was probably the worst shot we've seen.
Yeah, and an interesting point that Chris made when he was with us here in the booth, that the left lane looked like it was changing a little bit. It looked like it was breaking down. That ball looked like it was left of target. Whether or not, you know, Roger's trying to play it that tight, that ball went right through the face, leaving the 3, 6, 9, 10. The problem with the spare is converting or covering the back pin, the 9 pin.
And he leaves the 10.
And not the thing you want to do. The title match against a guy like Pete Weber.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, we talked about this each and every week on tour. That spare, that particular spare, the 3, 6, 9, 10, being the most difficult non-split to make on the tour.
Well, see what Pete did?
I'm sorry, because of the lane conditions.
Pete defeating Jason Couch. Oh, so well. Oh, the 10 listened to him.
That's a hit. That's a hit that you'll never see. Stone 10. Watch this ball. It's going to drift just a pinch high. Ball's just about dead flush and almost leaves a stone 10. That's not a ringing 10 or a weak 10. I don't know what you call that.
Well, it's a 10 with ears. Because he heard what Pete said and it went down. He was scared. Two in a row now for Pete Weber, looking for his third title. Wife Tracy looking on. You know, the season-ending battle at Little Creek begins March 12th. Once again, your vote will determine the final player in this limited 32-man field. The winner of the Week 1 online voting was George Branham III. This week, there are 5 new pros on the ballot. You can cast your vote by logging on to PBA.com, selecting the news category, then clicking on Geico Direct Battle Ballot. And I want to throw a plug in. Please vote for Paul Kaler.
Paul Kaler, our statistician, wants you to vote for him. I can't say anything because the players will think I'm showing favoritism. But you can.
I can. Vote for Paul Kaler this week, folks. Here's the prize money breakdown for this week. 20 goes to the loser of this match. 10 for third place as they tie. Fifth place, Jason Hurd, $9,000.
Ball change on the left lane. Well, I'll tell you what, Roger's really taking advantage of some of those 4 pins. That's the second or third trip 4 he's had today. Ball changed so that he could stay far enough right. He went to a ball that doesn't hook as much. He wants to keep that outside or that straighter line going between the second and third arrow. He keeps throwing the ball that hooks more. He forces him left. Now he has to start playing more of a Pete Weber game. Obviously not a strong suit.
Oh, my.
That's not a good break there. That's not a good break.
And that's an understatement.
We heard him say when the ball left his hand, he goes, uh-oh. He knew the ball was right. But this ball gets back, and this is a terrible break.
Well, try to flip it. No, Jason Couch was telling us last night, the lane conditions coming in. If you hung it out, it wasn't coming back. His started to come back.
His did get back.
Yeah.
I mean, it got back into the pocket. And 9 times out of 10, that ball strikes. Or you're going to leave, you know, you're going to leave yourself a 9-pin spare to make, either the 7-pin or the 10-pin. But when you leave both, it's a little hard pill to swallow.
And you see the season earnings there. If he wins, he will move up to second place in the earnings for the 2001-2002 season, trailing Parker Bone III. He has lost only 2 games in match play, and those are probably the 2 most the strangest shots we have seen this week from Pete Weber.
Well, this left lane is the one that Pete left all the 10 pins on in his previous match. At least this one he can make. The shot on the right, pretty tough spare to make.
Well, today on ABC Sports, they have 2 big regional college hoop matchups. We'll either see the Miami Hurricanes, who are having a great season, take on the Eagles of Boston College, or Big 12 powerhouse Oklahoma State, Eddie Sutton's team against Jerry Tarkanian, Fresno State. That's today at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 Pacific, only on ABC.
Go Hurricanes.
Go Cowboys. Roger Bowker trying to go up by 13 with a strike. Not a double. Give him a triple. Well, as I mentioned earlier on our telecast, our viewers have an opportunity to leave a question on the PBA website and have it answered on the air. This week's question comes to us from Sean Robinson of Anchorage, Alaska. Sean wants to know, what is the average week-to-week cost for a PBA player to be out on the tour? If you eat like Randy, it is a lot, my friends.
Oh, we could have fun with that question.
We're going to keep it clean.
Let's watch Roger throw a shot here real quick.
He's feeling confident, just can't get it to go. How about an answer then?
Okay, well, it's $400 entry fee, and then depending on your travel, the way you travel, whether you're flying and renting cars every week, or if you're traveling with somebody who has a vehicle and you're driving from stop to stop, on the average, I think it's going to run you about $1,000 to $1,400 a week.
And if you don't win, you don't get paid.
If you don't perform, you don't get paid.
It is a difficult life on the tour.
That's why it's really interesting to know that our players, if they have a bad week, don't get paid. If a baseball player gets up and goes 0 for 3 at the plate, guess what? He's still collecting a paycheck.
Right.
So you want to talk about pressure. Get up in the 10th frame, meaning a double, to make that first cut, to know that you're going to at least cash that week. That's pressure.
And what makes it so impressive is Pete Weber, 11 tournaments he's entered. He's made the cut every week. He's the only pro in the top 32 all events.
All
Very
events
impressive.
that he's bowled.
All events he's bowled. Oh, that'll help a little bit. He comes into that 5th frame trailing by 12 pins for Roger Bowker. Number 9 in the PBA World Point rankings for this year. Had a great attitude the whole week, Randy. He said, you know, if I bowl well, great. If I bowl bad, so be it. His attitude is translated to a comfortable factor on the lane.
Well, you know what? In my opinion, it's easy to have a good attitude when you throw the ball as good as this guy. I mean, I'd be the happiest guy in the world if I could throw it like Pete Weber week in and week out.
2 in a row. And he's got it. Pete Weber jumps right back into it. He is only trailing by 2 pins in our final. Roger Bowker will be up in the 6th when we come back to North Carolina.